Let's break down focal lengths. Do longer focal lengths actually compress the image? Yes and no. So let's just break down focal lengths really quickly. In case you don't know, the lower the number, the wider the angle. The higher the number, the closer and more narrow your angle is going to be. The higher the number we refer to as long focal length. So things like an 85 mil, 100 mil, 130, up to whatever. Now just changing your focal length and keeping the camera where it is not going to do that much. Let's take a look at this object. So this is on a 24 mil. Here we're punched in on a 50 mil. Here we're punched in on an 85 mil. Now let's take that same 24 mil image and just digitally punch in on the 24 mil. Here's the equivalent of a 50. Here's the equivalent of an 85. It's pretty much the same image, right? Essentially just zoomed in. So if you're keeping the camera in the same spot, changing the focal length is really just punching in or zooming in on what you're shooting. Now some cases where this might not apply fully is something like a 24 mil and a 1000 mil. If you have something on a 24 mil that's already at infinity focus and everything's in focus, it's going to look different on an 1000 mil, where you wouldn't be at infinity focus, so some of the things behind it would be blurred out in the background. But it's not actually compressing the image any. You're still keeping that same field of view as if you were to punch in from a 24 mil. So why do people think it compresses the image? Well, it does compress it when you move your camera. Let's take a look at that same 24 mil shot, but try and keep the object the same size. So here's the 50, and here's the 85. So you'll see our background has changed as we use longer focal lengths. Then we are actually compressing that background. So when might you use this as a creative choice? Well, I'll give you an example. On my first feature film, Bone Cold, we have two snipers that are in the woods. One is kind of losing his mind, and the other is trying to keep it all together. So in our standard coverage, we actually shot those characters on two different focal lengths. The one that's kind of keeping it together, we shot on a 35. The forest was more expansive around him, so he could kind of see more. The other character, who was kind of losing his mind, we moved the camera back and shot on an 85 mil. This compressed his background as if the woods were kind of caving in on him. So although both characters were the same size in the framing and the editing, the backgrounds were different and unique to each character. And that's a quick rundown of focal lengths.